Hello everyone and welcome back to Through the Ages. This is version 1.19.4. We are here, we have made it, we've upgraded, and we are in the world. And now, if you don't know what this is, basically I go through each Minecraft version and do everything there is to do, starting 1.0 and making it all the way here. And this is hardcore, so if I die, it is over. And with this new update, I wanted to get a new skin. So as you can see here, we have updated our skin. It was the Christmas sweater before this, so this is a new one, and that's why my armor is off right now. But you can see that I got this nice red jacket on with a nice white undershirt, and I really like it, and I've been enjoying it because we have been busy, very busy, because we have been exploring around our world trying to find all the new stuff that there is in this version. And let me tell you that we have found some interesting stuff. So let's go see what our first really big find was. As we have updated to 1.19.4, we are on the hunt for both the deep dark and ancient cities and the mangrove forests. And I'm currently on my way back home. We went in a diagonal direction, which is something we haven't done before in this world. So a lot of this area is new, chunky explored. And I just want to show off some of the cool world gem that you find. Look at this crazy generation giant mountain. There's a mountain range over there too, but we found it. It's so small. We're on our way home. I already went out 10,000 blocks that way, but this is where the coordinates for it are. But look how small this is. This is such a small biome. Luckily, spinning cow. Luckily, we don't need, oh my God, dude. He was really going for it. Luckily, we do not need more though than this. This is about what we need. So we're gonna put all our stuff in our box, and we're gonna start getting some of these resources. Hopefully, we can find some frogs, some tadpole eggs, bring them back home to create frogs so we can get frog lights. We found it. We're in a mangrove swamp. This is the first one of the world. We'll take a little green shot. Are they this way? Oh, there he is, dude. There's the frog. It won't be funny if he tried to eat me and it destroyed my player file and corrupted my entire world. That would be hilarious. Well, this is him. Hi, dude. Look at him. And all right, so I'm going to cut down some trees, get all this stuff, see how to get tadpole eggs, because I'm not exactly sure if we need to breed turtles to do that first, but we will be right back when we have gathered all this stuff. We are back from the mangrove forest. I spent way more time than I even wanted to there, but we chopped down a bunch of the trees, got a bunch of the loot. It is all in here. This is all from the forest. We really did a lot of work, and we didn't find any deep dark, but we did get all these tadpoles, and now the idea is, because we need frog lights, I have 6 tadpoles here, all able to breed, that we're gonna send out in different parts of the world so we can transport them to the nether and get us frogs that way, because there are 3 variants of frogs. But these 4 tadpoles are extras, so we're just gonna let them go. I think we're gonna let them go mainly here. But maybe because this is closed off, we release one over here, you know, and then finally right there. Yeah. So those guys will all grow up. I don't know exactly how long. I believe what biome is this? This is a river, river and swamp. So they're all going to be the temperate climate frogs. We won't have any cold variants, and we won't have any warm frogs, but we'll get those later on. I think the plan currently to get frog lights is to build a farm for them, but we're gonna have to make little enclosures in all of the biomes. I think there is the desert over there. We can make the hot ones. There is some snow that way and that way that we can make the cold ones, that of course this biome is good for them, but we have to like connect up nether portals and do a lot of hard work. But if we want to take a quick look at the book, all we really need to get now are goat horns, swift sneak, recovery compass, and like all the skulk type blocks, as well as finding the deep dark ancient cities, echo shards, disfragments, and the hard one is going to be the allay, because we're gonna have to bring that back here, and that's gonna be tough because I am not sure where in the entire world we are going to find a pillager outpost with an allay, and then how to get that back. We may have to do some trickery with the nether, or it may just be a really, really long trek to get 1 or even 2 back. I haven't looked at the wiki page for them yet. That's like the last thing on my to-do list. Well, I'll let you guys get back to the rest of the video. Probably we'll see these frogs all grown up. And yes, we have these little frogs now in our world. We have not named them. Maybe you can give me some name suggestions down in the comments, and maybe can pick my favorite. There are 3. I do know 1 likes to hang out here, but the lily pads really do mess them up. They get stuck underneath them, so it's not really the best conditions for them. There was 1, yeah, over there, and then I think there's 1 somewhere over here, but I like it. I want to add a bunch more in the future. I want this whole area to be filled with them, much like how we have our turtles filling this area, our swamp turtles, which also I guess don't have names. If you guys have names for anything down in the comments, throw them at me. I'm totally down. I have a lot of name tags. Actually, how many name tags do we have? We have 38 name tags from exploring this world. Only our dogs really are named, as well as a few other like pets. We don't really have much named outside of a few animals here and there. And those are back from our old streaming days when we would allow our Twitch viewers to pay to name a pet. But you know what? I'm feeling generous. If you want to throw out a name for one of these guys, either a turtle, a frog, or any other mobs you see in the world that are like pretty consistent, let me know, and I will definitely see about naming them that. And now we are on the hunt for the deep dark, and that's going to take us into a lot of the underground areas, which are all mainly newly generated. We had a couple that generated in the last version, so there won't be any deep dark in there, but for the most part, we're going to be exploring, and we're going to be finding some cool stuff in there. So how about we go and see one of the maybe cool new deep slate features that we found. Okay guys, hello, welcome back. This is a little bit of not on theme for this episode, at least I don't think it is, but I was doing some caving looking for deep dark biomes, maybe even under my own area, because I know that this is like new chunks and everything, and bada bing bada boom, we have stumbled across another fossil. Now I believe we have this one pretty much fully, but it's just crazy. This is an open air fossil. This is not exceptionally rare, but still pretty rare. We're at -52. We're borderline hitting the bedrock, and of course the glow squids have to be dying right there. But we're gonna excavate this all out and get it to the museum. I do not have any of my shulkers on me, but I should have enough space for the blocks, just because we're looking for the deep dark, weren't caring too much about resources. The original cave that held the amethyst geodes is what I branched off of to start, just because I know that it went deeper and I wanted to light up more of it and see again if we had a deep dark pretty close to us. So far I've only found lush caves and a big mine shaft area, so no luck there. But again, just wasn't really planning on running into a fossil, especially this is a newly generated fossil. All the fossils except for 1 in our museum were excavated in the old chunks. I believe it's like a 1.14 was it loaded in the desert chunks, because new fossils in the new version of Minecraft don't generate in those areas anymore. Yes, they completely changed how fossil generation was in the 1.18 update. It no longer spawns in desert biomes between between 30 and 40 Y. Now it generates really at the bottom of the world in deep slate mainly. I still think you can get some up above, and it is more common in deserts. What biome are we in right now? We are in a desert. That would make sense. We are probably right under the desert city. So yeah, we're just gonna mine this all out, get it all lit up, take the screenshots, and then transport it back up top. So I'll finish excavating this out and then join back with you guys when it's all done. Well, this bad boy is all done. We got our screenshots, and now all that's left is really to pack it up and take it back up top. And if you don't know, and down these levels, as you can see, we get a lot of diamonds from this too, because not only is there no stone and coal, but down here it's diamonds and deep slate. So yeah, we're gonna get this all packed up and we're up to the surface. Fossils are a great addition to our natural history museum, and I'm glad that we keep finding them, even though we are still looking for some of these smaller ones. But what we don't talk about a lot anymore is the Barley Memorial Museum, and that's because there's not a lot of stuff to add to this anymore. But that's where you guys come in. In this next clip, we're going to be talking about suggestions that you can give me to add to the museum. As you guys know, this is our Barley Memorial Museum. And inside of this, we have just a real good showcase of a lot of our either important items to us or, you know, special pickaxes, cool items, first time we got maps. But we also do have this block showcase area. And this is the, what I consider rare blocks in the world. And though some of them are a little less rare than others, especially because now they're very easy to get. But when they were put in here, they were pretty rare. I think the rarest I have is this petrified wood slab, because you can't get these in normal Minecraft anymore. Of course, a sponge, mossy cobblestone, chiseled brick, ancient debris, podzol, mycelium, red sand, packed ice. But I want to ask you guys, what else do you think we could put in here? What other blocks? If we need to expand this, we have room to expand this part of the museum. But I really was thinking and wrapping my head around and racking my brain on what we could put in here, because I don't really know what dictates a rare block anymore. Of course, there are, you know, the rarest blocks, and that would be, you know, there's only one Ender Dragon egg per world, and, you know, ancient debris is rare. Same with the petrified wood slab, is you have to have started your world in an old version to get it. Sponges, you have to do like a trial to do, which not a trial chamber, just the ocean monument. This was only able to be found in the jungle temples at first. Mossy was only able to be found in dungeons at first. Mycelium, I still think is pretty rare. Podzol was only found in the old growth taiga forests. Red sand only in the mesas. Packed ice was only in the ice spikes biome. And I just want to know if there's anything else you guys think. Please leave a comment down below. Realistically, oh god, we fell right down here. Please leave a comment down below if you think you have any ideas of what blocks we should put in here. Now, I guess back to the rest of the episode. I would love to hear you guys' suggestions on what should go into the normal museum, all the rare blocks. Remember, it is version specific, so think about the version 1.19.4. And beside that, our next and final little adventure we're going to go on is something that we did just to get an achievement. We stumbled upon something a lot cooler than just our little achievement, so enjoy that. Okay guys, so we flew another diagonal direction and we're only at like 2000 negative 1987, and there are new chunks. So we really have a lot of chunks to generate in this world, but we're at a meadow, and while being at this meadow, we need an achievement. So we're gonna enjoy the sound of music. So I wanted to get this achievement. I've been doing a little achievement hunting, seeing what I can get, seeing what's possible. Also looking for the deep dark biome here. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. But you know what? There is a outpost here, and I wonder, do they have an allay? Do they have a captured allay? Because that would potentially solve us on so many levels. I don't think so. We're gonna keep looking for this deep dark. I'm gonna see if potentially it's underneath here, because this would be really close to where we are in the world. I mean, we're only like 1,000 blocks out, and this is deep darks and ancient cities tend to spawn underneath these large mountain biomes. I did try a little X-ray, Jesus Christ. I did try a little X-ray exploit, but it didn't really work and doesn't really work. It's just the nature of Minecraft. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's it. Well, we are gonna take this so gently. I did not expect to find it immediately. A surface to air deep dark biome. Possibly there's an ancient city here? Do we see any ancient cities? Currently, no. But this is massive. So who knows? I'm ready to fly straight out of here if we need to. We're gonna get the Adventure Time achievement, so let's not freak the F out about that. Again, we gotta not get absolutely spooked by the getting achievement sound. I don't see an ancient city. I also don't see any shriekers. So both very good. We're about to get, oh, that's just normal. There we go, there we go. We're gonna try to get some of these blocks. No ancient city. My heart's going. I wonder if shriekers are only spawning. No, there's one right there. So shriekers totally can spawn in this area. So we gotta be very careful. God, dude, my heart's going. I really wasn't expecting to find this soon. We got most of the blocks we need. Okay, you know what? It's good to know that this is here. It's actually fantastic to know that this is here. No ancient city though. And I really don't want the warden to spawn or any of my like points to go away. So we're gonna head up. But now that we know the deep dark's underneath here, we can go try to look around because deep darks are very large biomes. We could try to look around, see if we could find any other entrances and maybe even an ancient city, potentially. I don't think I'll do it right now because we need a lot more practice. Maybe I'll show you guys some of my practice, but I basically am trying to go into a different world and just like do the deep dark stuff so that when it comes time, I'm prepared. Well, I guess I'll update you guys if I find anything else, so. And here it is. Here are the blocks that we successfully extracted from the deep dark, which I think is an amazing place to have for that biome. Just how it's so close to us. Of course, we got the shrieker, the sensors, the catalyst, and the veins. We will definitely not be using this anytime soon or putting this in the rare block museum because I'm pretty sure that would just be a death sentence. But we are still looking for the ancient cities, and I have been doing a lot of work in that. Just to cover what we have left to do in this update, we do have to get frog lights, which means we have to make sort of a frog farm in the nether, so that'll be another reason to go to the nether. We do have to get goat horns, which I know a place where I made a nice arena to get them, like a structure to get them, but that was last version and I was an idiot. And of course, Swift Sneak 3 on pants is gonna be from finding the ancient city and also the recovery compass as well, and that is in here. Oh wait, we did not update this properly because we did find the deep dark right here. Echo shards will also be part of that. The allay is probably going to be one of our harder things to find too, because we have to find a brand new generated pillager outpost, and then we have to somehow transport an allay from there all the way back. So I'm hoping we will need some nether trickery to transport that, because I really don't want to go that far out. And as well as the Netherway Highway, that going past 5,000 blocks. And then we have not chose the building to remodel or the new building yet. So maybe if you have some suggestions, you can leave them down in the comments as well. I don't know. And of course, we have to add to the Natural History Museum, the Deep Dark and Mangrove. And then of course we have our, you know, our main giant one that we always are working on forever. But I think that's gonna do it for today's episode. Tell me how you think about the skin. And then, oh yeah, look, we have the Yearn cape, which I think is so funny that if you put on the elytra, it is Jack Black's face that just splits in half. A great cape, a wonderful cape, so cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Through the Ages. And we'll be back next time with maybe some working on the Hollow Mountain. I feel like it is time for us to really, you know, buckle down and get it filled and finished. I hope you guys all have an actually good rest of your day, and I will see you guys all on the next one. Peace out.